Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about a launch or a failure to launch, depending on how you view it. We're going to talk about numbers. We are going to talk about realities and just how things are likely to move going forward, and just kind of run through the events that occurred earlier tonight. Okay, so if you missed it on Twitter via their Spaces thing, which is like an audio live stream, the current governor of Florida launched his campaign for presidency. Launch in the way that SpaceX launched the Starship. That's not fair. The Starship rocket got off the platform. Okay, so what happened? The space opened. It was advertised and pushed. Musk himself pushed it. So it should have had huge numbers, massive numbers, because you're talking about not just the potential power of DeSantis, but Musk as well. And then there were a whole bunch of other right-wing commentators and political figures that were involved. Almost as soon as it started having technical difficulties. Okay, it was horrible, just absolutely horrible. It was a train wreck. It was really bad. When it started, it had somewhere between 500,000 and 600,000 listeners. Okay. Once the issues were resolved, those numbers had dropped to 250,000 to 161,000, somewhere in there. Those are not good numbers. Those are not winning numbers. May sound like a lot of people. Those are not good numbers, because you're not just talking about people who were interested in what DeSantis had to say. You're talking about people who were on Twitter who are Musk, fanatics. Those are not good numbers. So the obvious play for DeSantis at this point is to say, we had so many people on there, we crashed Twitter servers. Yeah, that's how good we are. I mean, sure, there may be some truth to that, but that's an indictment of Twitter's infrastructure at this point, having, gotten rid of a whole lot of people, more than an indication of his popularity. Only having 250,000 people being interested enough to stick around for a 20-minute technical issue, that's not good. When he gets out there and starts campaigning, he is not going to pack the house the way that Trump did. Think about what people have to go through to get to one of Trump's events. It's a lot more than just sitting around at home, right? And there's a very long wait. They couldn't handle 20 minutes without losing, more than half the audience. For an announcement of this size, that's a really bad sign, especially when you had Musk there promoting it. And Twitter has evolved into Musk's personal play toy. There should have been more people. There should have been more people initially, and certainly more should have hung around afterward. I would guess that most of those people who hung around through the 20-minute glitch were there to hear Musk, not DeSantis. So overall, that's a bad sign. But realistically, as long as Trump is in the race, DeSantis is going to be second place. I don't really see any way for that to change. DeSantis is mini Trump. He's a Trump clone. He's using that same brash, authoritarian style of leadership, trying to push that same platform and image. If Trump is in the race, people who liked that, they're going to go with Trump. You can't out-Trump Trump. So his only real hope is for Trump to no longer be in the race. And there are a bunch of ways that could actually happen. So at this point, after seeing this, DeSantis' best hope is that it isn't some grand GOP strategy. It's not bringing in, political analysts to tell him how to run things. He better hope that Jack Smith is really good at his job. Because I think that's probably going to be the only thing that will allow DeSantis to eclipse Trump. The other thing he has to worry about here is that if something happens with Trump and it causes people to lose faith in Trump, it might send them away from other people who have that same style of leadership. Republicans may just be like, it is just not worth it to deal with this. And because DeSantis has modeled himself so closely, modeled his political image so closely on Trump, that there will probably be a whole lot of Republicans who see the two as indistinguishable. The level of excitement really wasn't there. The enthusiasm, 161,000 to 250,000 people. Those are not numbers that are going to be able to defeat Trump. This was his opening announcement. This was his launch. It was well advertised. Everybody knew about it. If you were a supporter, even remotely, and you were on Twitter, you could have it playing in the background. It's just not there. I don't know that there is any political maneuvering that can really help DeSantis at this point. Nothing that he can do. The thing that can happen that could alter this is people fleeing Trump for whatever reason. Due to an indictment, another scandal, he finally says something that, the Republican base just can't deal with. But then the worry for DeSantis' team is when they flee Trump, do they run so fast that they run right past people that are similar? We'll have to wait and see, but this was not a good start. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.